start with today's lovely Goan sorak recipe. Now here I'm taking an earthen pot, a typical Goan pot, but you can use a regular pan or a regular cooking vessel. Now I've added one medium-sized onion that I've sliced really fine, and I've added about 1 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to mix this very well, and we're going to set it aside for 10 to 15 minutes, and then the onion will leave out some moisture, as you will see. So let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. So you can see that the onion has left some moisture. Now let's see the other ingredients. Now here I have about half a cup of water, 1 cup of water. This is just one lime-sized bowl of tamarind. I've soaked in half a cup of water for 15-20 minutes. These are 2 light green chilies that I've just slit in the center. Now these are the other ingredients. 1 cup of grated coconut. These are about 7 dried red chilies. 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds. 6 peppercorns. 6 cloves of garlic and about 1 inch of ginger. And about 1 teaspoon of cumin or jeera. Now all these ingredients that are in the plate, okay, I've just taken out the tips of the red chilies, and whatever is in the plate, that is all the coconut, etc. I'm going to grind this with that water to a very fine paste. Now all the ingredients along with their correct measurements and the method of preparing the sorak is in the description box below. So I'm going to add all of this to my mixer pot along with the water, and I'm going to grind it to a very fine paste. That is very important for the sorak. So after grinding it, the sorak should look like this, a very fine paste. Now I'm just going to add this paste to the onions and the salt mixture that is in the pot. Now this is the masala water, that is the water which we wash the mixer with, and I'm going to add the turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, and I'm going to mix this really well. Now this sorak recipe doesn't have even a drop of oil, so and yet it tastes so very delicious. Now I'm just squeezing out the tamarind juice. So I soaked this tamarind for about 15 to 20 minutes in regular room temperature water, and then we just have to squeeze out the pulp of the tamarind, and we're going to add this. So this adds a lovely tangy flavor to this sorak. So this is a very beautiful curry, and you have to make this if you haven't made it yet. So I'm going to mix everything really well, and I'm going to add this masala water to it, and again give it a mix. And now we're just going to cook this on our gas top on a low to medium flame. We're going to simmer this for about 10 to 15 minutes. Let it cook really well. Now I'm going to add a pinch of sugar. Now remember, we already added salt initially when we were, when we mixed the salt with the onions. So now taste the sorak and then only add, salt to taste, because we've already added salt in the beginning. So only after you give this sorak a taste, you can add salt if required. And now all we have to do is just simmer it for another 5 to 10 minutes. And there it is, friends. Our sorak is ready. It goes so well with some rice, some fried fish, or some prawns, fried prawns. And the longer you keep it, it tastes even better. So I hope you like this lovely, simple Goan recipe, and I hope you give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. So here I have about 1 tablespoon of oil in a pan. Once the oil gets a little hot on a low to medium flame, we are going to add about 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. Now I've used about 1 inch of ginger and about 5 cloves of garlic, and I've minced it really fine. Now we're going to fry this well till the rawness of the ginger and the garlic goes away. Once that is done, we're going to add 1 medium-sized onion which I've chopped fine. We're going to fry all of this together. Now we're going to add the chicken mince, which I have washed once in a colander, a very fine whole colander. And now we're going to just fry this for about a minute or so till the onion and the ginger garlic gets mixed with it well. And now I'm going to add all powder spices, most of which are made at home. Now this is a ready-made meat masala which is easily available. So I've used about 2 tablespoons or 1 small packet. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. This is just for the color. It doesn't add any spiciness. 1 teaspoon of cumin powder and 2 teaspoons of coriander powder. My cumin powder, coriander powder and pepper powder are all homemade. And I've also added 1 teaspoon of pepper powder. I am going to be coming up with a video on how I make all these powder masalas at home. Now mix in all of these powders well with the mince. And now I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of garam masala. This garam masala is again homemade. I have a recipe uploaded on my channel. I'm also adding some Frankie masala. Now this is optional. If you get Frankie masala easily, then add it. And I also add half a teaspoon of crushed kasuri methi. So I'll add some salt to taste. I will leave a link of how I make garam masala at home in the description box as well as the comments box. So don't forget to go and check it out. And now we're going to fry this on a medium to high flame for about a minute or so, seeing that everything is mixed up well. And then we're going to cover and cook this for about 5 to 10 minutes. And your chicken keema is all ready. So this is the chicken keema that is ready. Now here I've taken 2 medium-sized potatoes which I've boiled and peeled. Now one tip I'd like to give you over here is boil the potatoes in advance. Refrigerate them for a few hours, overnight preferably, because it's easier to work with the cold potatoes. Now I'm adding a pinch of salt to this and I'm going to mash it up till I get a nice smooth consistency. Now we're just going to take some lime-sized balls, flatten them up, fill about half a teaspoon of the chicken keema inside, seal it up well and keep it aside. So like I said, it's better to work with cold potatoes rather than hot potatoes. First of all, it's very difficult to handle the potatoes, and secondly, they are a little on the soggier side. So one tip is to refrigerate them and then try and make the potato chops. Now, after making all the potato chops, you can also refrigerate this and, just fry them whenever you want to. They stay in the refrigerator for about a day or 2. So now here what I've done is I've kept some breadcrumbs ready and I've beaten up 1 egg with a pinch of salt. I have a tablespoon of oil heating up in a frying pan. So first I'm just going to dip the potato chop into 1 beaten egg and then coat them well with the breadcrumbs. And once your oil is nice and ready, you just shallow fry them on both sides till they're golden brown in color. And fry them on a low to medium heat. And once they are golden brown on one side, you can just flip them over and fry them on the other side too. And now, following this, I'm going to show you all how I make my special chicken keema. So keep watching. Today we're going to be making these very easy and delicious. Needing about 2 cups of crushed plain biscuits. You can use Mari biscuits, graham crackers, 1 cup of melted butter, 200 milliliters of condensed milk, 250 milliliters of fresh cream, and 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So let's begin making this amazing lemon pie bars. Now I'm going to start by first taking a cake tin which has a removable base, 8 by 8, and I'm going to apply some butter, and then I'm going to apply, lay some butter paper or parchment paper, and be sure that the sides of the pan also are very well lined with the paper. This is going to help in creating a nice lemon pie with a good biscuit base. Now the next thing is to take about 20 to 25 or 30 Mari biscuits or graham crackers, enough to give you 2 cups of this coarse mixture. Now what we're going to do is taking a rolling pin, and we're going to put these biscuits in a Ziploc bag or any plastic bag and seal the bag or close the bag, and then just give it a good beat, and then you can also roll over it, but we want a very coarse base. You can put it in the mixer, but if it's done like this, then the base really looks really good and so traditional and authentic. So after you've done that, we are going to empty all of this into a bowl. And now to this we're going to add, so this is how it looks after you've nicely given it a good beat up. And now to this we're going to add the butter, and we're going to mix everything well together till it resembles some wet sand. If you take some in your hand, you'll be able to actually hold the sand and butter mixture. And now we're going to put all of this into our lined baking tray, and we're going to give it a nice pat down and see that it's firmly packed into the tray. And then we're going to freeze this into a freezer for at least 1 hour or even longer. Now, in the meantime, you can squeeze 2 large lemons or limes, enough to give you 1/4 cup of lime juice. Now, this is a lemon pie, so we really need to have the amazing lemon flavor. And along with it, you also get this lovely pale lemon color, a very natural color coming from this lemon juice. If you want to make it more tangy, you can go ahead and add a little more. Or if you want it less tangy, then add a little less. It all depends on how you like your lemon pie. I like just exactly the juice of 2 large lemons, or 1/4 cup is enough. And now it's time to beat the cream. So we're going to pour the cream into a large bowl, and using a hand mixie, a stand-up mixie, or a electric mixie like this one, you're just going to beat this till it's nice and light and fluffy. So I beat this for about at least 8 to 10 minutes till it was really nice and fluffy and light. Now to this, we're going to be adding the condensed milk. I have a recipe for homemade condensed milk. I'll leave the link below. You can go and check it out. But today I'm using store-bought, and I'm going to be adding the lemon juice. And we're going to give all of this a nice whisk using our spatula. And then you can see that it has a very nice and pale lemon color. Now, I like this color, but if you want to go ahead and add a little bit of lemon color, that is gel food color, then you can go ahead and add it if you want to get a little more brighter yellow. But somehow I like this very pale and natural lemon color or yellow color. So you can add whatever color you want. And now you can see that our biscuit base is nice and set and firm. And now all we have to do is add this lovely creamy mixture to the biscuit base. And then try to get all of that inside. It's so delicious. In fact, you can just freeze it in a container, and you get some lovely lemon ice cream. And then taking a spatula, or a knife, you can just, even it out so that it looks really good. You can give it a pat down, and then just using, a knife or anything which will just give you a nice leveling. You can just level it up so it looks nice and pretty. You can even leave it as it is, give it some swirls. You can do anything you like with it. Be creative. And then comes the very difficult part of waiting. So you're going to freeze this for the minimum of 1 to 2 hours, or as long as you can freeze it. Even overnight will do. And then after waiting patiently, you can see that it's all set and it's so delicious. And you can see that it's got a lovely biscuit layer and a cream layer. You can take a knife and then just, go ahead and smoothen it up again to give it a nice finish. Or you could leave it as authentic as this. And then just cut it up into long bars. You can even go ahead and cut it up into smaller squares. It's all up to you. And then what I like to do is whatever crumbs are remaining in my baking tray, I just like to put it as a garnish on the top. That gives it a very rustic and lovely look. And there it is, friends. And a very important tip is you can freeze this and refrigerate it till you're ready to serve it to your guest, or you're ready to give it to your family and loved ones, or you want to eat it all by yourself. So it remains best when it's frozen or refrigerated. And even